Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a more of a breakout kind of trade, but a little bit different. It just got filled long here, 4 contracts, looks like an average position here, 93.04. Let me get my stop in place here, and then we'll talk about it. So I got my sell stop. Let's go 4 contracts, one more tick down. First target's going to be at 93.21. And we're going to take 2 contracts off there. Next target's going to be 93.45. 1 contract there, and then 1 contract off if we can get it up at 93.93 up there. Now, the reason that I'm really liking this trade and why I'm liking how just in general it's looking, this morning at 4:30 had this big spike down, and that's where we're kind of getting this information from. This gigantic spike lower gives us an area that if the sellers are going to hold this position, their stops are going to be above this candle's high, which actually just triggered in right around 92, 98, 99, up to 93 or so. And normally that by itself is enough to kind of concentrate on a possible trade forming there. But one big thing that we notice is that at 8:20, 8:25, and now at 9 o'clock and then 9:05 candles, they're all respecting that high at 92.98. That gives us a big heads up that, yeah, even though we had this big spike down and the sellers got stopped out, they're starting to accumulate the opposite direction. Once they got stopped out, they immediately started buying back up again. So this big spiking candle here, we're really looking at them getting stopped out and hopping in the direction of basically them getting stopped out and pushing the market into our direction, which is what we're looking for here. That's why we're looking long at 93.04, 93.05. Now, again, I got filled at kind of a split level here. So if we go in and turn these on here really quick, you can see that I got 3 of them filled at 93.04, 1 of them filled at 93.05. So a little bit of a split fill, but again, first in, first out. So essentially the first couple targets, we'll just assume 1 will have an extra tick in there. So actually 3 of them will have an extra tick in there, 1 will be a little bit less. So overall long from 93.04, first target's just at 50% of this candle's range. The big idea behind this is we're trading off of this candle itself, the fact that it pushed way down and then completely failed to go and continue even lower. So we're going to utilize this candle as our measurement. So we're going to measure the high to low and then project it up. That's why our targets are at 50%, 100%, and then 200% as an extension, just because, again, we're using this candle as an entry method. We might as well use it for our targets as well. Now, our stop on this trade is very small. I mean, we're looking at a stop at 92.96. So our stop from our entry, we're looking at an 8-tick stop. Now, if we do push up and get that first target filled, we're going to take 2 off at 21. That'll give us 17 ticks. There's going to be 1 more off here. Let me fix my drawing tool here really quick. Bar, there we go. That'll go up to the next target. That'll be 41 ticks. And then the final target at 93.05. If we do go all the way up here, be looking at 88 ticks for the final runner. So just a massive potential for this trade to go up. Even right now, I mean, we've gone far past our risk already. So the fact that our risk has already been succeeded by the price moving higher is a good sign. But in reality, this is more of just kind of a basic price action trade in the fact that we had this big selling volume come in at 4:30. They failed to go lower, and you can see they consolidated for quite a while from 4:30 all the way until about 8:15 or so. They were stuck in this range, and now we're starting to see that range beginning to fail and reverse back up to the upside. Now, typically when this fails like this can spell out a huge reversal for the rest of the day. That's why we're using this candle as a measurement. Reaching up to this 93.94, that may be a little bit extreme, but at least up to 93.46 is relatively possible. 93.94 is on there, and just so that if it does break higher and catch a big move, we're already ready, on the ride for it. So on the way up here, waiting for this next push up from the buyers, we will be trailing our stop. Once we get our first target taken off at 22s, the stop will go to break even. From there, we'll be looking just to trail on the way up and see if we can get the rest of these targets filled. Now, if we do get the rest of these targets filled, again, we're sitting on a massive position here. 2 off at 17, plus another 41, and if they can reach for it, that 88 tick final target's 163 tick potential on the trade. So just a massive potential for movement here, especially with this kind of setup that we're seeing right now. This is what we love to see. So just kind of hanging in there right now, sitting on hands, waiting for the move up, and we'll be back in a little bit and see if they can get that first target hit. Then we can move our stop to break even and trail on the way up. All right, just got our target filled here, 93.21, locking in those 17 ticks. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So let's drop our stop down to 2. We'll move that to break even here. Now break even's kind of funky because we have two left over that are split, so we'll just put it at 93.05. That'll be break even for the one contract and +1 for the second, but at least we know that we're locked into a slight, or at least a marginal profit factor here. So still in long from 93.04 and 05, one off at each, leaving two contracts left. Next target's going to be at 93.45. Stop is at break even, and we're sitting in a good position now. So just kind of waiting for further price action and see if we can get another bump higher to get that next target filled. Now, as we rise higher, we will be trailing our stop along with this move. We don't want any potential for this market to reverse on us, but we still want to give it enough room to get to that 93.93 if it wants to really run today. So off half the position so far at 17, locked in a few $100s here. Definitely a nice place to be. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see if the market has what it takes to get that next push up to those 46s. All right, nearing our first target and got it filled. Wonderful. So we're catching a big move here from the buyers, dropping our stop down to one contract, 93.05. Now we're going to give it a little bit of room here, but I will stop. I will move my stop up a little bit closer here just to lock in some of this profit. Overall, we've gotten two off at 17, one off at 41. Now our final position here is left on at 93.05. We're looking for that final push higher here to 93.93. So we'll see if we can get it. This one might take a little bit of time, just because we're reaching out for an 80 tick target. It's not going to go there in the next couple seconds here. So we'll be back in a little while, hopefully soon though, and we'll see if we can get that final target filled and get price up to those 94s, fill our 93, and we'll be sitting on just a beautiful position. So we'll be back in a little while, and we'll see how we do. All right, we're getting one more big break up here from the buyers, seeing a lot of big buyers stepping in here. We've got our stop locked in at 93.50, and we just got that final target filled. What a huge runner. We had our stop locked in at 93.50. There was a little bit of a trap down here that we were able to hop in underneath and then drop our final target up here. We've been sitting in this one for about an hour or so, an hour and 10 minutes. We got long, let's see, what was that, back at 9:05 or so, and just got filled up here at 10:15, so an hour and 10 minutes going on an hour and 15, and just overall a beautiful trade. It definitely took some time, but it never even threatened our stop. I mean, our trailing stop all the way up here wasn't even attempted on, and now we just got that final target filled at 93.94. So it's 163 ticks, $1,630 on this trade by itself, and just a beautiful example of just those types of trades that you love to see. I mean, we risked 9 ticks to start off with on 4 contracts to make 163. You definitely can't complain with that. So that's going to be the trade for today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.